I will always remember this line.
You don't have any special powers.
Oh, I have one, Johnny. I never give up.
Today, I woke up from the spine-twisted stupor I call sleep and saw the news. Batman had died. Kevin Conroy, who'd played Batman more than anyone else, was dead. He voiced the character from 1992 up through this year's WB multiverse. He wasn't the only person to do so in that time frame, but Kevin Conroy wasn't just the voice of Batman. He was Batman. I'm trying to think of a way to describe that voice that I know so well. I want this sweeping, poetic way to say what exactly it sounded like, you know? It was as if thunder and earth and shadow could speak, telling you things may hurt, but they will be okay. All yet may be made well. Yeah, the voice was kind of like that, but it's also bull, because there's no better way to say it other than his voice just sounded like, just was, Batman's.
Give me a triple. Now.
It was absurd, but the first thing I did when I comprehended what I was reading was I went onto Twitter, posted a screenshot of the article, and just wrote, "No!" until the character count gave out. Absurd, yeah, ridiculous, but what else is there to say? Then I turned on Arkham Knight and played for an hour. I'd already been replaying it for the last month, and I still think of it as the Halloween video game. Then I turned that off, sat down and started writing this. Part of me feels this video itself is absurd. Maybe even a little wrong. I didn't know Kevin Conroy. I'm not his friend, or his family. I never worked with him. Any sadness I have knowing he's gone, and there is sadness there, but it's minuscule in comparison to what his actual loved ones must be feeling. But like many, I knew his Batman. I knew his Batman my whole life. I knew Batman my whole life, and even though Batman may live forever, through the hands of writers and artists and other actors, we'll never have him again. We'll never have Kevin Conroy again. We'll have what he gave us forever, but we'll never have him again. His story has come to an end. So as absurd as they may be, as minuscule in comparison as they may be, the emotions are there and they are genuine. As an adult, Kevin Conroy's voice meant going back to a reliable well for fun, good stories, themes to think about. But for at least a year or so when I was a kid, getting beaten up every day in school, watching Batman and Batman Beyond and Justice League would be the first thing I'd do after getting home. His voice meant relief, safety, comfort. I guess he was a kind of imaginary friend in a sense, but when you don't really have any friends, that means something. Take it from me. Having a consistent something to look forward to, that can save you. And as a child, Kevin Conroy was an integral part of that for me. His Batman taught me things. His Batman taught me that no matter how painful life might be, it has meaning. That having fear, sadness, and grief wasn't shameful. That the act of helping and being kind to others are victories. That not giving up was a superpower. That if you can, when you can, it's best to believe that people are not beyond redemption. And that while not all evil can be stopped, we do what we can, and we do it for each other. Did Kevin Conroy actually teach me all of that playing Batman? Well, maybe not, but it feels like it today. If not, through the modern morality tales he participated in, I think seeds were definitely planted. Heck, did you know he went out and cooked for the firefighters who were responding in New York on 9/11? Jesus, Kevin Conroy was freaking Batman. 'Cause that's the thing, right? Batman isn't about being an uber-rich super genius ninja with cool gadgets and the world's most awesome car. No. The more positive versions of the character are about trying. Trying even if you don't or can't succeed. Trying to transmute your suffering into something positive, something that helps others, that lessens the suffering of others.
There's one thing I gotta know. But just stay with me all day, risking your butt for someone who's never given you anything but trouble.
I know what it's like to try and rebuild a life. I had a bad day too, once.
And that's just what Kevin Conroy did. I didn't learn he was gay until maybe 6 months ago. Yeah, Batman was gay. Not the character, mind you, but Kevin Conroy was Batman. And he was Batman more than anyone else. And Batman was gay. What will the woke cult do next? That twisted little man, Freddie Wortham, is spinning in his grave, frothing at the mouth, screaming,
"See? I told you!"
Shut up, Fred. Just shut up. Because I can't tell you what that means to somebody like me. To find out that he was part of our community. It's a different kind of representation. A queer person in one of the most high-profile cultural roles there is. The only thing I can think of that it's comparable to is how the Wachowski sisters made as zeitgeist-defining a movie as The Matrix was. To any of us who work or try to work in the creative fields, it's an inspiration. His story is a sign to every member of our community that we can overcome the bigotry that is placed in our path. Which is to say, of course, content warning. It's sad, but not surprising to learn of all the pain people caused him for being gay. Earlier this year, DC Comics released a special Pride collection, which ended on an essay by Kevin Conroy called Finding Batman. It was about his life, his struggles as an actor, and how he used his pain to generate the voice of Batman. It spoke of the pain of growing up gay and having a dysfunctional family, an alcoholic father, a mentally ill brother. It spoke of how he suffered the pain of the closet so he could try to have a career. The loneliness, the isolation, the shame. It spoke of the pain of having his coworkers throw slurs at him when his truth was discovered, the hurt and frustration and humiliation of being ostracized, of being denied work because of who he was. It spoke of the pain of watching his friends waste away, dying of AIDS, and his fear that he might be next to catch this mysterious plague that was burning its way through the community, relentless, taking life after life. And at the end of it, he spoke of how he used all that to reach down inside of himself, and there he found Batman's voice, raw with emotional agony, but also fatherly, determined, heroic. The voice that so many have taken such joy and comfort from. The voice that was used to tell great stories. The voice that inspires. The voice that I and so many others hear when we read any Batman story, and likely always will. Kevin Conroy, you will be missed by so many, most of all by your husband, Vaughn C. Williams, who doubtless knew you and loved you more than anyone else. I don't know him, but his loss is in my thoughts tonight. You lived a great life, Kevin. We are all so thankful for what you have given us. If you can hear this, you should be proud, and if not, then just rest well. You were Batman, and you always will be.
How was that?
That was good, Kevin.